Many men feel overwhelmed and pressured by life. When they try to express their feelings, they're criticized and shamed. Is this the reason many men avoid going therapy?
I think most men aren't really given the space to feel, period, right? So like to even have the experience of feelings is peculiar and strange, right? There's like certain acceptable emotions for men and then a whole range of other emotions that aren't ever talked about, right? And like and I think that this is specific to, well, I can only speak to Western society because I've never lived in Eastern society, but in Western society, there's like a prototype of what the man is supposed to be, right? And if you're soft or you have emotion, this comes back to the trauma question, right? That all of a sudden, like, you're not allowed to be like that because that's not what being a man is. And so, you know, the concept of therapy is I'm going to go into this place and I'm going to talk about my feelings, and like I don't want to talk about my feelings, and what's the point of talking about my feelings anyway? I also think that there's like, just by the design, men are more pragmatic, logical, problem-solving kind of people. So, you know, like there's this adage that men won't stop and ask for directions because they can figure it out, right? So to think about, I'm going to go to this person who's going to guide me and tell me about myself, and I think it's just conditioning, right? It's a cultural conditioning barrier that says this isn't what we do as men. But I think I was just at a talk yesterday, and somebody asked, we were talking about psilocybin and the power of microdosing for healing the brain. And somebody asked, well, does every person that's doing that need a therapist? And I was like, can I just interject real quick? Everybody needs a therapist. Everybody. Whether you think that you're mentally healthy or mentally ill or somewhere in between, every single person on the planet would benefit from going to therapy, because the more that we can learn about ourselves and the more that we can unlock about who we are, the more we can offer to the world, and there's no shame in that. Think of it as coaching, not counseling.
Well, let me hear you say,